What I noticed in much of this experience is in the court of law, there was a whole bunch of emphasis on what would happen to my ex if for some reason he was telling the truth and I wasn't. So this was a huge emphasis for Belfast, Maine, USA, and for the prosecutor, his lawyer, him, people in the town, my landlord, the town's attorney, my doctor, all people who he cut the hair of. So the huge emphasis was like, well, what is this going to do to his life? What about his business? What about his future? What about his reputation? What would happen if he was right in this situation? And then everybody acted like he was right. So he was like perfectly fine in the community this whole time. And I was persecuted. So I was on the stand testifying against him for breaking my spine for a fucking hour. I could hardly speak and was told not to every time I tried to say anything other than yes or no or speak up at all. The only reason I was able to get in a few words is because the judge started to choke when he told me no and not to speak. So he eventually stopped trying to do that. His lawyer, my ex's lawyer, who helped him get away with this, he knows how he helped him get away with it, and he knows that I know that too. And the prosecutor, who only objected one time at the very beginning, started the entire trial by discounting what I had to say, and in front of an entire jury and courtroom stating, "You're not going to interrupt me though, right? We talked about this." So I don't know if anyone's ever been in court, but pretty typically when people are speaking, lawyers will interrupt them. It's actually incredibly common. They say things like, object, and blah, 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 blah. All kinds of other shit, right? But in this court of law, I was made to seem unaccountable, unreliable, and crazy. Now we're talking about a man who didn't just like harass me or lightly bother my life, but completely ruined it. He crippled me after years of me going through 3 shoulder surgeries in which I had no money because of, lost my job because of, and was forced to deal with him and his child. And it was never easy. He knew I was isolated and alone. He knew that nobody would care. And he knew that if he and others ruined my reputation, no one would care at all. This completely ruined my life. I ended up homeless. I ended up with no income and job. I ended up with no one caring about me. I ended up being put in more danger by being trafficked, raped, and harmed because I am a vulnerable person now. So I am the ideal target for many things that he wanted to have happen to me. He ruined my entire life, and not one person along this process thought about that. Not one. It was all the focus on him in the United States of America. The whole focus was on him. What about his job? What about his life? What about his business? What about his reputation? No one cared about what it would do to my life. But I watched them simultaneously help a woman who lied make sure that she was helped fully. I watched it happen, and she couldn't wait to send me that judgment. She was so excited and ready. She emailed it to me right away, like, see? Because I'm one of the only people who knows that when she asked for help, she just wanted to, quote, see what would happen. I saw what happens. People love to help people who don't need it, and they love to put in danger people who do need help. I spent my lifetime going through true hell and not speaking up about it because either I was going to be put through more hell for speaking up, or silenced some more, disappeared, dead, or who knows what else. And in the hardest time of my life, when I finally spoke up, this is what people chose. To protect the man who crippled and killed me, who psychologically tortured me, who raped me, who spread lies and rumors about me, and then any one of these people who lied. My ex-friend who lied, my ex-fiance who crippled me and lied, his ex-wife who lied, they have the fucking balls to actually threaten to sue me or harm me because I'm speaking the truth about them after they lied about me for years. Just because they have the ability to have a fucking lawyer or they know somebody rich enough to get them one. They have the balls to actually threaten me with legal action for telling the truth about them after years of them lying about me and putting me in a ton more danger. They have the balls to threaten legal action. If you are one of the lawyers that they've contacted to try to cause me harm, I hope you know what you are getting yourself into. Because I will delegate to God so many things about you in your life. You are horrific individuals that have involved yourself in this situation. You are a horrific system. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should never have taken their fucking word. Most people turn fucking rumors, salon gossip and rumors into truth in this situation and cause more harm to my life. It literally would be the equivalent of the very rare times I went to a salon looking at the gossip magazines and then making all of that truth. That's what everybody did around me. They made salon gossip and lies, including law enforcement, true. All because of salon gossip. No founding in fact. It ruined my life and nobody cared about that. In fact, privileged white people said things like, oh, well, you just need a vacation. And then they acted like I was on vacation. But privileged white people, do you start your vacation with a spinal cord injury? Leaving with a walker and your bags packed? Spend a few nights on a sidewalk? Nap in a park? Worry about being raped because people have spread around you're a hooker, even though you're not? Is that how you white people start your vacation? Is that what you do? I'm just wondering, since all of you thought I just needed a vacation, is that what you started with? You're like, come on, kids, get the walker. Let's go. We got a few nights on the sidewalk booked. Hopefully nobody thinks mommy's a hooker. We're going to nap in the park for a few days. We got some snacks packed. Oop. Lucky us. Maybe we'll get a coffee at McDonald's and nobody will kick us out for knowing that we don't have anywhere else to go. Let's take the sink showers now. Come on, it's vacation time. Is that what you white privileged people who said I just needed a vacation do? I'm just wondering. Is that what you who helped my abuser and everyone who spread rumors and lies about me causing this to happen? Is that how you start your vacations? I'm just wondering. I don't know how this got so fucked up with so few people caring, but it's so fucked up. And those of you that have the balls to threaten an attorney when I'm finally speaking up about the truth about you, you keep in mind that maybe somewhere along the way in my life, I know some important people too. And maybe they finally will start speaking up for me and you will be the one silenced. You are pieces of shit that have involved yourselves in this. And I hate you, genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, because I'm mean now too.